today we're going to debate about topics. Are home robots a good idea? So when you think about robots, we all think about machines, social intelligence. I mean, like artificial intelligence, kind of like robots that are not. Maybe they have some specific feelings. They actually are technologies that maybe futures have been created over the years, and lots of different cases these have already invented. So the question here is that are home robots a good idea? So exactly how we means about robots. We already know what robots actually means. We know about artificial intelligence that we actually know, our social intelligence. And that is actually the things we are debating about today. So in this question, we discover about whether that home robots, which is like robots that help with home chores, is for example about cleaning the window, maybe just sweeping the floor simply, maybe just like helping do chores, like or just there are really become attention. Some of really smart robots have been invented in Amazon over the years. So in Amazon, that we all know what Amazons are actually the places where lots of different kinds of things have been invented. A lot of things have been strange things. So yeah, that's basically what it is. So there are Amazons that have invented this really intelligent robots that cleans almost everything. They have like speakers, they have microphones, they have cameras that looks around. They even take care of humans. They can take care of animals or pets. They can also checks if the ovens are open or not. That might be to like the clothes are folded or other kinds of chores that are seen around the world or maybe around the houses. These are really important. Sometimes people thought this is important for daily chores, but it also have disadvantages of those things as well. Firstly, let's talk about what is some of the disadvantages of this, because I strongly believe that this is most of all. Firstly is that what is my first reason here? Firstly, is that they also lowers the amount of behaviors of humans. So what exactly does this mean? Because when we have robots, we are really depending on too much on these humans' behavior choices, and they also affected how we think about humans. So firstly is that think about when you do your chores. Imagine when someone do it all for you, lying just simply just like sitting there, just studying something, or just reading, just looking at your phones, reading a books or whatever, doing that. So that means things that we are really discussing about today. First is that what do you think about whether it's something, how to do something. It's affected how you behave or how you behave with yourselves. So that might be you depend on too much on others, or maybe you don't just depending on too much robots. They do every single thing. And so we need to consider what is the cost of those things. What exactly is the cost of this? Firstly, so the cost is really expensive. Imagine when you're buying a robot that costs thousands and millions of dollars. They sometimes have commercials that when you win something, you actually have it, but they're impossible because sometimes these commercials are hard, and also some of tricks or something. They're really affected how you think about it because the cost affected how you do something. Even if you buy something, it's also affected. So how about this attachment? Who invented it? Is those persons safe or not? Maybe those persons are trying to get cameras on them. They might be just getting people information because if they wanted to controls maybe a robot, they're more likely to sign up something and maybe a personal information. What is your ID cards? Or what is your passwords in your phones? What is your age? What's your name, where you live, exact places. These are personal information that we don't actually like to inquire. Sometimes these robots are really kind of sensitive to most people because think about whether they have controls mode or rather sometimes robots need to sign in if they want to control it or not. There might be what do you want to call me when they're having robots? Maybe what's your name? What is your age? What is kind of your personal thing or doing like that? There's sometimes robots can collect these information just for their owners, for example, because these machines sometimes get invented by people, which is sometimes we don't actually know who it is. Maybe that person is something like mischief. Maybe that person is a thief that been thousands of years. Years ago, police haven't arrested yet. These are really information that can be also affecting people. And then also there are lots of reasons why that home robots is not a good idea at all. Firstly, even if the home robots are cool, they are really intelligent, sometimes in control mode, maybe they do rely on them too much. And what about the cost? We need to consider the three things. Firstly, what is the cause? Do change people behavior, responsibility themselves, and does it actually save people to use it? Consider three things before you think about it, because these are really safe for both humans' behaviors, both for people's for people's safety, and also for people's how you think about it. So firstly, think about what is the safety of people. That is the most come first, whether it's quick or not. So this is safety come first. People always say, well, safety comes first of all. So whether it's buying something, maybe just inventing something, or buying specific things that are really intelligent, that is behavioral. It doesn't mean that every robot to be buy is not safe. Sometimes we need to know who invented it. This person really famous, and this person really think or care about people, keep people alive. When they invented robots, it doesn't mean that we need to continue to cut all robots all the world. Like for example, we can cut robots for sometimes we don't actually cut robot or delete all the robots' homes. There may be some specific robots that can help, but not all chores or people behaviors. These so much intelligent people have been growing over the years. It doesn't mean that we are slowing down our intelligence or we are caring about the people's safety instead. Because sometimes even a lot of countries have been following us. What about these people's safety? Does that actually mean that we need to keep up for other countries? That does not mean anything when you think about it. So imagine if other countries are just lots of top of the world records, and we are just at the last of the world records. So this means that if we want safety first, we need safety about it before we think about buying something. We're intelligent and invent things that are on the top of the record boards. That doesn't mean that when we are thinking about what, even if the world or just we at the last of the world, we are just ensuring that people the safety at first. What is the people's safety? What is the cost? Do you think about the cost? What if our country doesn't actually go top board, and it also goes last at the top board of the cost and amount of people, population, monies, and people's Richards? So these are really important when you think about it, because they are really essential when you think about three perspectives: for people cost, so people's safety, and people responsibility and chores and helpings or responsibility. It's also behavior and into people's as well. Three reasons why actually we think about it. Firstly, think about what is the cost of this. People have been spending money for too much of the intelligence. Maybe they even buy homes that have social intelligence on them. Maybe people spy on code words, people spy on passwords, or maybe spy on your personalities. Maybe your own personality's information that you don't want to expand it. The secrecy of yourselves, also preventing safety of yourselves, and how your behavior is changing throughout when you buy robots. These are the reason why I believe this motion should fall. So thank you for listening, and goodbye.